It just doesn't go left and
Welcome to this special occasion. We appreciate every one of you. Now, usually when you're a good speaker, you write a good speech, you usually open up to capture the audience right away. Okay? But I had a problem trying to get something that's just right. So I said, who's better to ask than the audience? So I've got two openings here. And you guys are going to decide which one I should read to. Okay, so the first one goes, I've had trouble deciding which speech. Oh. That's my note. That's my notes. Boy, bad. Okay, before coming here tonight, I was discussing my talk with my wife, and she said to me, don't try to be too charming, too witty, too intellectual, just be yourself. Or there's this one. I've got two to choose from. I've got to admit, I'm a bit nervous today, not because I'm making a speech, but because I've been married to Sandy for over 3 years. And I'm not used to speaking longer than 30 seconds without being nervous. Now, son, this is what you have to learn when you've been married 30 years. I asked her if I could do that. Anyway, those of you that don't know me, I'm Danny. I'm Stallon's father, and soon to be the honored father-in-law of Alexia. Yeah, give him a hand. Sandy and I would like to welcome all of you and tell you how much it means for us, for everyone to be here. Everybody here has made an effect on us too, and a lot of you guys have had effect on us, Sandy and I. So we're grateful for that. We're also, I think half the people here traveled here, and I can't tell you what it means for you to take on that added burden to get here. We appreciate it very much. But we're grateful that you're here to celebrate with us. Right now, I'd like to extend a big thank you to my niece and nephew, Aaron and Adam, for allowing Stallon to volunteer their house for us. It was nice of Stallon to do it. Now, I want to give a warm welcome and an introduction to Alexia's family. First of all, it's not going to be the whole family. Just the immediate family. Alexia's family, let me introduce them. Her mother, Martha, father, Javier. Can you guys stand up? Now, I'll tell you something about Martha. She's a fantastic cook. And I'll tell you something about Javier. You're going to enjoy him tomorrow. He's a talented and very good musician, so it's going to be a treat. Looking forward to it. Okay, as everybody knows, planning something like this tomorrow, takes a small army. And we wanted to tell you how much we appreciate all the people that contributed to this, to helping plan and prepare this night and tomorrow night. No matter how much you did, what capacity you did, everything meant something, and everything was appreciated. Now, I do want to tell you that the couple have tirelessly, for 1 year, worked on their wedding plans. I'd like to acknowledge my wife, Sandy. She's done a lot since for about
Bravo!
I think I had the toughest job. I provided all the moral support that they required. Yes, it is the hardest job. Okay, let me talk about my son. Now, I had a struggle with this first part of this speech. Actually, it's very difficult, not because I did have a few things to say, it's because I had a lot to say. And I sat down and started writing things, and then half an hour later, I see there's 20 pages. And so somehow, I've got to condense this. But, you know, I thought, well, this is not fair. All these people should be able to read the entire speech. So I recorded it on DVD and passed it around at the end of this night. It's only a couple hours, actually. And so the condensed version is what you'll have to live with up here. So let's continue with the condensed version. Okay.
Go ahead, Danny. Go ahead,
This
Danny.
won't be long. Okay, my son is giving me strict instructions not to tell any embarrassing stories. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to tell you about the time that he was a little boy, just learned how to potty standing up. See, already somebody knows this story. One night, my wife and I were down in the kitchen. We heard this blood-curdling scream. So we run upstairs and we go into the bathroom and we see my boy holding his hands between his legs, jumping up and down. Well, immediately I knew what happened. You see, Stallon was just tall enough to lean over the edge of the toilet bowl. He was introduced to the law of gravity when the seat came down right on him. Now I can see all the guys cringing. Yes, yeah, not good. Owie, yeah, for sure. My son has also been a phobia of large body of water. Okay, and what I'm going to tell you is, I think what happened is he was traumatized with a story that was given to him way back when he was young. But Sandy and him had gone over to one of his friends named Zach, and while visiting, his mother started telling the story where Zach and another friend of his went to Florida to stay the summer with their grandfather. Now his grandfather lived on a lake, and out in the back was a long dock into the lake. And she said, one day they were playing out on the dock, and Zach's friend fell in the lake. Well, Zach ran to the house, of course, to get his grandfather. He wasn't panicked because his friend couldn't swim. But I don't know if you know this or not, but in Florida, there's a lot of gators. So things can eat you. So Stallon's intensely listening to this. Well, we're on the ride home, Stallon and his mother, and Stallon's unusually quiet. So his mother asks, "What's wrong, Stallon?" He said nothing. Of course, that's what the first answer with every kid. 2 minutes of silence goes by, and then he finally asks, "Mom, can you die of fright?" Now, that story, I think it traumatized him with the big water. But let me fast forward now, and that's kind of just a give you some context to this next story. Because what happened is, Alexia and her family took Stallon down to Cancun for a vacation. So they're out snorkeling. Alexia and Stallon are by each other. One of Alexia's sisters thought she saw a dorsal fin of a shark. And she yelled shark and gave the sign. What happened next? Only Michael Phelps would have been impressed. Because he ripped through the water, leaving Alexia behind. Just sitting there.
I'm out.
And what happened next as he approached the boat, another one of Alexia's sisters was on the boat. So she recounts the story. As he hurled himself up on the boat, looking like a firstborn calf, his legs came up from under him and he fell backwards and hit his head. Now, his sister looked at him and said something to the effect of, "That's karma working." Yeah, that is a true story. Hey, I take medication and my mouth gets real dry, so if you guys see my lip curl up under my gums, please tell me.
We got straight.
Come on, Danny.
Okay. Now let me get serious for a minute. My bond, like all my kids, have always been rooted in love since the day they were born. But our relationship, my son and I, was primarily built by his passion of sports. Since Stallon uttered his first word ball until he walked off the court of his last college basketball game, I've been a big part of being with him in all that journey. And throughout that journey, we shared some good times and we've shared some bad times. Like any relationship who's with people that are with each other for a long time. Stallon has, as some of you know, Stallon's had a career and accolades and highlights that are just riddled with successes. And Stallon I was fortunate for Stallon to allow me to go on that ride with him. And when I say Stallon allowed me to go on that ride with him, I mean he had no choice. He had no choice. As a father, you often wonder when they get older, did you make an impact? What kind of impact did you do? You spent so much time with him. And two incidences answered that question for me. First one, my son had just won the state high school basketball championship with his team. They were celebrating on the floor. Game just ended. And Stallon broke away from them, came and found me, and hugged me and said, "We did it." I never felt so honored. And there wasn't a dry tear of the parents that were around us. The second incident happened just recently. He called me up, he said, "Hey Dad, I was at the gym today and I saw this dad working out with his son." And I went up to his son and I said, "Keep with it, guy. Just stay with it." And then he said, "Listen to your dad because he's there for you." These two things proved that to me that I had some kind of impact. Now, some people say, "Hey, Danny, is that all you have in common with Stallon?" I said, "No. We're both good looking and we're humble about it." We share a lot of things, my son and I. It's Christmas. We share our love for Christmas. We share our sense of humor. We both adore Alexia. Sandy once asked me, she said, Danny, who's your best friend? And I sat there for a minute. I said, I don't think I have one. And she said, I know, it's Stallon's your best friend. And I said, he is. I love being with him. I don't think I can put into words how proud I am to be his father. Every father wants his son to be something more than he is. And I can stand here today and say he is. My boy grew up to be a loving, kind, funny, loyal man who I'm very proud of, admire, and love very much. Wow. When I read it, the practice, it didn't go like this. Now, let me talk for a minute about this young lady who stole my son's heart. Stallon met Alexia through a mutual friend in NAU. She was at a basketball game, and Stallon obviously played in the basketball game. And he caught her, looked at her, and found her in the stands and thought she was so beautiful. I think he was so consumed with her because I think he had a career 10 air balls. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's 14. Okay. Alexia is an exceptional athlete in her own right. Unfortunately, her career was hampered with 2 ACL tears. I don't know if you're aware about what an ACL tear does to you as an athlete, but you have to have a lot of determination and drive to come back from that. It's usually career ending. And she did. She came back from both of them. My first impression of Alexia happened when Sandy and I took a vacation, went down to watch Stallon play basketball in Flagstaff. We weren't expected to see Alexia because 2 days prior she had surgery with one of her ACLs. Well, while I'm watching the game from the stands, I look down, I'm shocked because here's this girl with 2 crutches and a big wrap around her leg. And I thought, wow, what a woman and what a special person. Look, anybody with that kind of excuse could have just stayed home, but she didn't. She came and she showed up for my boy. That was my first impression. Now, Stallon was a senior when Alexia was a freshman, right? So Stallon, after he graduated, he came back home and waited for his love. After Alexia graduated, shortly after that, she moved to Salt Lake City to be with Stallon. Now, it may not seem significant, but I got to tell you that Alexia loves her family very much. And she'd just been away from them 4 years. And at that time, some significant events were taking place in her family. But she went anyway. Again, showing up for Stallon. We really didn't get to know Alexia until she moved up here. And over the past 2 years, let me tell you, she is a wonderful girl. And she's been a pleasure knowing. And in fact, she's part of our family already. But don't let her quiet demeanor fool you. I've played board games with her. And she's a wicked speller. Wicked. No, but she's also my partner in crime for treats. Let me tell you, when we go out to dinner all of us, and dinner's through. The only two people really that, and she makes me feel good about it, that wants to order a treat is me and Alexia. I said, yeah, girl, let's get it. So, and what's ironic is that she likes, her favorite candies are the same as mine. Peanut M&Ms, ice cream, cheesecake, Oreos, red vines,
All the snacks.
the whole shebang. I want to publicly tell Alexia's mother and father how wonderful a job they've done with Alexia. Her character reflects the values that you've instilled in her, and she's a very special person. We love you, and tomorrow we will formally have you into our family. To end up, now I wasn't going to add this, but I'm going to. You know, normally people that speak will give marriage advice. I don't like that. I don't give a marriage advice. But I did want to tell this couple, they've been through a lot together already. She was down there, they had a long distance relationship. It was rocky, but they stuck with it. They endured. She made a move up here, she lives with him. That's part of learning to grow together, to be in a marriage. You just learn to with each other, compromises. And they've done that. So I think you got a good head start on what's going to happen tomorrow. Now, I wrote this little poem. It's just a little one. And it is, really. It's just a little one. It's a toast poem. So it goes like this. We toast this couple who's so near and dear. May your love be stronger year after year. So I end and ask one more thing of you. Can you bring me a grandbaby? Maybe two.
Oh yeah, you don't have to do that. We can do water in them.
We're gonna get dressed and then open it and pour you.
Oh, okay.
So we can take
Yeah, let's just do water in it. Love it.
Okay,
that's awesome.
I think so. What are you gonna do?
Can you see my shorts? Your shorts? No, I can't. Okay, and then hold on. I'm gonna have you take a rest at that, and then you just a tiny bit. All right, here we go. Let's see how this looks. Okay, now everyone look at each other. Smile. That's okay, just forever. Okay, now turn around. Turn around all the way. Actually, I like turning around looking back. Stay like that and just a favor, will you just scoot that baby shoe over? You guys are hiding her, mostly you're hiding her, but I think we're good. We're okay. She's totally fine. Okay. Oh, I love it. Beautiful. Oh, will you do me a favor? You guys all.
And if you're wondering how he did it, he did it, so I have to grab everything out of the garage. It's okay? Oh, okay, good. A mí se me salió, everyone gave me one. No, pues está chiquito para ti. We decided que chiquito, ¿no? Sí, pero es chico. We just decided.
Okay, ready? You guys go right away? Yes. There you go. Pásale ya.
Uy, no. I'm sorry. Everybody just look away.
Perfect. Excellent. Do you want to hand off your bouquet, love? There you go. Right. You look fabulous, I have to say. I think I speak for all of us here. And you know what? You're not that bad looking either. Ladies and gentlemen, marriage, by my definition, is this. Two people meet, they fall in love, a proposal of marriage is made, and a wedding ceremony is performed. The wedding is then followed by many years of two people falling more and more in love with each other and discovering how to be one another's best friend. It is the joining of two individuals into one new life with a common spirit. Alexia and Stallon, this is the day that you give yourselves to each other. And it's also the day that you remember and we recall here the story that you have become together at this point in time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the story of a young woman born in Cancun and raised in Las Vegas with her three sisters who are here today. Growing up, she excelled at soccer and made it to no fewer than 3 state championship matches. Not to be outdone, however, by his future wife, Stallon was also an athlete growing up in Murray, close by here, where he says he was the typical young boy getting his jeans dirty during recess, which happened to be his favorite subject, school subject. He grew up with an older sister and played point guard on the basketball team, as well as shortstop and outfield in baseball, among other sports. When I interviewed these two some time back, they were very complimentary about each other until they started talking about athletics. Each of them wanted me to know that they were equal to the other in doing sports. And more importantly, better. Are you sure you aren't already married? So the bride and groom would meet in college at Northern Arizona University. Stallon was a senior and on the b-ball team, and Alexia was a freshman playing soccer. Stallon first saw her at a volleyball game in the stands where he says there was an aura around her. So he asked a mutual friend to get her phone number, which he used to text her. Texting, I might add, plays an important, somewhat aggravating role in this narrative. You'll have to ask the two of them later about that story of cat and mouse. All I remember is Stallon repeatedly telling me she never texted me first. When I asked Alexia what she remembered about being in college, she drew a blank. They both started to laugh. She has the worst memory of anyone I know, Stallon reported. Except when we get into an argument, he continued. Then she remembers everything. To her credit, Alexia agreed. I would go to class, she said, come home and have to relearn everything myself on my own. I even have to ask Stallon about details of my own family. She does admit, however, to the memory of seeing Stallon at games wearing his number 21 jersey. That, along with details when in verbal combat with her beloved, she recalls quite well. Today, however, Stallon is fond of teasing her. She's probably going to forget our wedding, he quipped to me. Clearly, Stallon was wrong about that. Stallon, This is not the first time you're going to be wrong about Alexia. And prepare yourself to lose many, many bets and arguments going forward. To continue our story, after graduating in finance, the groom returned to Salt Lake to find work. Long distance was extremely hard for both of them, but they relied on FaceTime. For those of you not over 40, that's an internet thing. Speaking to each other 5 to 6 times a week. After a lot of ups and downs, Alexia graduated in May 2016. Congratulations. It would seem that destiny smiled on this couple who stands before us here today, as it does in every good story. And Alexia moved to Utah the following month. Together they made a home and bought a dog, Teo, a Shih Tzu. What is his name? Theo. I was testing you. But I did get this next, the breed right. A Shih Tzu, who is now, Alexia says, her best friend. I would say Theo is not only her best friend, but a jealous little Shih Tzu. I like saying that. I say that because on the day that our hero here decided to pop the question, Theo nearly derailed it entirely. Stallon had arranged to take Alexia to a Jazz game. By the way, the Jazz won that night. We rule! And then to the Grand America, where the room had been decorated by a sister and a cousin. Stallon had packed an overnight bag for both of them and left it home during the day. But Theo, the little Shih Tzu, found it, chewed the crap out of it, and dragged it out of the closet where Alexia found it. I knew something was up, she told me. Even so, she said yes that night to this tall, handsome young man who on bended knee asked her to marry him. And he didn't even have to put her into a half Nelson or anything like that to get this forgetful girl to say yes. I wear my emotions on my sleeve, Stallon told me. People don't get to see Alexia's heart because she keeps her guard up. But I'm privileged to see just how beautiful her heart is. If I'm hurting or stressed, I know she is the person who will always have my back, right or wrong. I found my best friend, but I chose her to be my wife. No wonder Theo is jealous, eh? I buy them in bulk. So no wonder. When I asked the beautiful Alexia what she most loved about her guy, she said that while she has always been a very independent person, even unapproachable at times, and forgetting to text apparently, Stallon is the first person that I am comfortable asking for help from. He's the first person that I realized I couldn't live without. She also told me that Stallon reminds her of her father, who every day of her life seemed to make her mother laugh. When I asked her to give me an example, she said that Stallon will sometimes come up with alternate lyrics to a song that are vulgar. That would be funny. All in all, ladies and gentlemen, this is a story that has taken these two from the basketball court to the soccer field to vulgar lyrics, and lest we forget, to a jealous little Shih Tzu. I don't know about you, but to me it sounds like a bestseller. Which brings us to why we are here. Please join one another by the right hand. Do you, Stallon Ernie Saldivar, take Alexia to be your wedded wife, to love her, to protect her, to provide for her, to be unto her a loving husband, and forsaking all others, promise unto her your faithfulness? I do. Do you, Alexia Gonzalez, take Stallon to be your wedded husband, to inspire him, to encourage him, to be unto him a loving wife, and forsaking all others unto him, giving him your faithfulness?
I do.
Now that you have declared your intentions, I invite you to share your vows with one another. Stallon, you still with us?
Yeah.
Great. Barely, he says. He's still vertical, that's good. Repeat after me. I, Stallon,
I, Stallon,
take you, Alexia,
take you, Alexia,
to be my wedded
to
wife,
be my wedded wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for
for
worse,
better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in
in
health,
sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
And Alexia, please repeat after me. I, Alexia,
I, Alexia,
take you, Stallon,
take you, Stallon,
to be my wedded husband,
to be my wedded husband,
to have and to
to
hold,
have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for
for
worse,
better, for worse,
for richer, for
for
poorer,
richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in
in
health,
sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
May we now have the rings. Thank you. Oh, nice job, Stallon. These are nice rings. Okay. You still with us? Okay. She's vertical too. That's good. Ladies and gentlemen, from the earliest times, the circle has been a symbol of completeness, a symbol of committed love. An unbroken and never-ending circle symbolizes a commitment of love that is also never-ending. As often as either of you look at this symbol, I hope that you will be reminded of the commitment to love each other which you have made today. Stallon, will you take this ring and place it upon Alexia's finger? And as you do, repeat after me these words. With this ring,
With this ring,
I thee wed,
I thee wed,
and with it
and with it,
I bestow upon thee
I bestow upon thee
my pledge of faithfulness
my pledge of faithfulness
and enduring love.
and enduring love.
You know, this is always the most complicated part of the ceremony. Don't worry, everybody gets swollen. Okay, are you ready? Please take this ring, Alexia, and place it on Stallon's finger, and as you do, repeat after me these words. With this ring,
With this ring,
I thee wed,
I thee wed,
and with it,
and with it,
I bestow upon thee
I bestow upon thee
my pledge of
my
faithfulness
pledge of faithfulness
and enduring love.
and enduring love.
Paper, scissors, what is it? Okay. This is my blessing. From every human being there rises a light that reaches straight to the heavens. And when two souls that are designed to be together find each other, their streams of light flow together, and a single brighter light goes forth from their united being. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the bride's uncle, Numa, will sing, accompanied by the bride's father, Javier.
Okay, I don't want to speak anything, just I wrote this song for all my daughters, now it's especially for me. To sing it for my daughters.
Papá, eso no es.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena.
Ave Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena, Ave, Ave Dominus, Dominus tecum, benedicta tui mulieribus, et benedictus, et benedictus fructus ventris, ventris tui, Iesus. Ave Maria. God bless you, Alexia and Stallon. And God bless you all.
I think that was the real blessing there. Thank you. You guys want to hang on to each other? Go right ahead. Paper, scissors, right? Now that Stallon and Alexia have given themselves to each other by solemn vows, with the joining of hands, the giving and receiving of rings, I pronounce that they are now married. You may now seal your vows with a kiss. That was a lot better than the rehearsal last night. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon gently restore you by night. May the rain wash away your worries. May you live the days of your lives in peace, love, and happiness now and forever. Please face the guests, and please, this is a photo op, we better get that bouquet in here, ladies and gentlemen. I present to you, for the first time, the newly married couple, Mr. and Mrs. Saldivar. And ladies and gentlemen, you are invited to now move to the lobby and to the patio for a reception while the staff readies this space for the evening's festivities. Thank you.
Sorry, I was checking my settings. Is it Tootsie?
Tootsie, yeah.
Cute. All right, perfect. Okay. That's like everyone. That was perfect. Come on.
Don't shake your teeth. Don't shake your
Just think bow. That's what I was saying. Think bow. All right, here we go. Good job, guys. Good.
Nah, you like my pants? That's alright, man.
Gorgeous. Open the doors. I didn't see any air. I have seen groups.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
That was cool.
Te vi nacer, te vi crecer con todo ese amor que se te dio. Y ahora ya cambia de estar de niña a mujer. Tu cara está pintada ya de amor y de ilusiones, sorpresas y emociones que solo afrontarás. Recuerda bien que tú serás quien tome esos caminos de la vida. Unos muy bien, otros muy mal, decide tú cuál de ellos andarás. Pues entrarás y encontrarás a un mundo muy distinto, distinto a nuestro mundo, de inocencia y de verdad. Búscame una vez y otra vez, siempre ahí estaré. Oh, llámame siempre que el dolor llegue al corazón. Que en tu alegría y en tu dolor tu padre soy. Na, 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 na. Recuerda bien que tú serás quien tome esos caminos de la vida. Unos muy bien, otros muy mal, decide tú cuál de ellos andarás. Pues entrarás y encontrarás a un mundo muy distinto, distinto a nuestro mundo, de inocencia y de verdad. Búscame una vez y otra vez, siempre ahí estaré. Oh, llámame siempre que el dolor llegue al corazón. Que en tu alegría y en tu dolor tu padre soy. Búscame una vez y otra vez, siempre allí estaré. Oh, llámame, el dolor llegue al corazón. Que en tu alegría y en tu dolor tu padre soy. Na, 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 na.
Yeah, so like I said, so all my best memories were with him. Looking back on my wedding day, he had tears in his eyes when Lindsay was walking down the aisle, and now I know why, because he was scared to death giving that speech. You know, but seriously, so like coming into this day, I was thinking like, oh man, I'm gonna be the best looking person here. I'm feeling myself. And then I see Lex and I'm like, oh God, I'll lose that one. You look beautiful tonight. So the first the first time I heard about Lex, it was over the phone. I wasn't fortunate enough to go to the basketball, soccer powerhouse of MAU. So I was back in Salt Lake. So proud Flagstaff, right? Yeah. So it was over the phone. Stallon called and was like, "Oh man, I met this girl. She's amazing." And I'm like, "That's awesome, dude." Like, but something about his voice that day, it was like, it was serious. Stallon has some really, as you guys know, Stallon has some really good qualities, some not so great qualities. But my favorite quality about Stallon, and I think a lot of you guys know, is he's really passionate about the people he loves. And I could tell that he loved this girl. Like, it had only been a week. But like I could just, he knew. Like, he didn't say like, "Oh, this is," I'm not gonna be cliche and be like, "This is the one." But I could tell, just like in his voice, like he loved this girl. And it was really, and I'm really happy for you guys, that you worked everything out, you stayed together, and just, there's nothing I could want more in a best friend than to have true love. And like, you really met your dream girl, and it's amazing. So I don't want to rabble on, but let's toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Aldevar. I love you guys.
I'm on my phone, sorry. It's a little hotter. Hello? Oh, no. Okay, so, good evening. First, I want to start off by thanking you guys for inviting me to be a part of your day. I mean, like, I knew I was going to be invited, but thank you. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the maid of honor and Alexia's baby sister. For those of you who do know me, you're very welcome. So Alexia had 3 very short years of bliss being the baby of the family before my mom and dad just had to have another, like, 4th beautiful baby girl. Growing up, I was Alexia's little minion. I wanted to do everything she did. I was always following her around. I wanted to be just like her. And for as long as I can remember, she's always been my role model. And not only did I look up to her, but I listened to everything she ever told me to do. She said, "Hey Eddie, let's play a game." We would play a game. She said, "Let's watch a movie." We would watch a movie. She'd be like, "Hey Eddie, let me go cut your hair." So I was like, sure. And she gave me I thought at the time it was a beautiful set of bangs, but what I've been told, they weren't as pretty as I thought. So now, I'm shaking, sorry. So when I was writing the speech, I had a hard time thinking of a story to tell all of you, because there's so many stories that I could tell. Stories of me and Alexia fighting, stories of her chasing me around the house, making me fall down the stairs and stuff. Stories of us in college together, playing soccer together. And I could stand here and tell you all these funny little stories, and we would be here for probably a long time because I've known her my whole life. But we would be here for even longer if I told you about all the times. If I told you about all the times she was there for me, when she was my shoulder to cry. When she was my best friend, my confidant, my mentor. Alexia, you are the most beautiful bride, and I'm not just saying that because everyone says we look exactly alike. But you really are beautiful inside and out. You have the kindest heart out of anyone I know. And I think I could speak for my sisters, Adelie and Alexia, you're Alexia. Adelie and Yanya, as well, when I say you are the best sister. You are one of the most important people in my life, and I love you so, so much. Stallon. I could not have handpicked a better person. Stop it. I could not have handpicked a better person for Alexia than Stallon. I talked to Stallon and Alexia probably every single day, whether it's texting, whether it's FaceTiming, or sharing like tweets on Twitter. Always the first ones I want to send something funny to. And probably 90% of those times it's either Stallon making fun of me in true brotherly fashion, or he's telling me to get off the phone with Alexia. So it's one or the other. But seriously, you fit into our family so well, and G Squad, shout out G Squad. And you have been a wonderful boyfriend to Alexia, a wonderful fiance, and I know you're gonna be the perfect husband. Okay, so I wanna give you 2 pieces of advice. First, Alexia's always right. The wife is always right. Second, if she ever is wrong, just go back to number 1. So today, both of our families grew a little bigger, and I'm happy to welcome you into ours. And I promise you from now on, I'll try to keep the FaceTime calls with Alexia under 4 hours. So if everyone could please raise their glass. I'd like to propose a toast to the, I don't know if you can hear me. I'd like to propose a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Here's to love, laughter, and a happily ever after. Congratulations, I love you.
The lovely bride and groom. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time, darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it, darling, you look perfect tonight. Well, I
some noise for the lovely couple. At this time, can I have the father of the bride, Javier, up to the dance floor, please?
When troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Everyone, give a big round of applause for Alexia and her dad, Javier. All right, at this time, Stallon, if you could grab your mom, Sandy. Sandy, come on up. We're going to do the mother and groom dance.
Take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living life means choice to sit it out or dance. I hope you decide. There's a wheel in constant motion. I hope you dance. So long. I hope you dance. To look back on their years and wonder where those years have gone. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance,
All right, everybody make some noise for Stallon and his mom, Sandy. At this time, we're going to go to the cake cutting now. So if everybody wants to focus their attention.
she was more like being from a movie scene. I said don't mind, but do you mean I am the one?
Grab the wall, wiggle like you tryna make your fall off. Hella thick, I wanna smash them all now. Speed up, gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal, gas pedal now. Speed up, gas.
Fresh out the kitchen, mama rolling that body, got every man in his wishes. Sipping on coke and rum, I'm like, so what, I'm drunk. It's the freaking weekend, baby, I'm about to have me some fun. This is the mix to ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen, mama rolling that